cogent critique.
Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about the Epstein Files too, just a little bit. Obviously, it's a big disappointment. How, we had Pam Bondi saying they're going to release the documents, and of course they never did. But, my uncle, I was having lunch with him the other day, and he tells me, he goes, "Why do you care? What does it matter?" And I got thinking about that, and to a certain extent, he's right. I mean, in one sense, it does matter. But in another sense, it doesn't, because our politicians are so bad now and so exploitative and can't figure anything out because we have a bunch of people in charge, both left and right, that have beliefs based on assertion rather than evidence. And, like, for example, homelessness. So you look at all the data, and I got a video about this on my channel. The number one cause of homelessness is high housing costs. Big shock. And second to that is what I like to call coexisting conditions. That is drug addiction, alcohol, stuff like that. And many of these people that are homeless do have coexisting conditions, but because housing is so expensive, if they were living in places that were inexpensive, for example, Mississippi, even with these coexisting conditions, they may not be homeless, like in contrast to, say, Portland, Oregon. So, anyway, our politicians are such garbage, and we have, going on 1 million homeless people. Nobody seems to care. Yeah, is the Epstein case horrible in the sense that, there were kids that were being sexually exploited? Of course it is. But we have people being exploited left and right. Who cares? What difference does it make? I mean, honestly, when you really think about it in the grand scheme of things, and I'm not letting Pam Bondi off the hook, but I'm saying, why are people upset about this? That's what my uncle was trying to get across to me. Everybody's upset about this, but they're not upset about all the other exploitative things going on in our country. Why even care about this when you think about it? It's such a small drop in the bucket compared to just how disgusting our politicians are everywhere else. Who cares? So, anyway. Now, as to whether or not we know Trump is in the Epstein Files, as to whether or not our president was actually exploiting kids, man, I don't know. I mean, again, I think obviously there's something there that's embarrassing to him. It may not even be that, but there's probably something of some sort of level of embarrassment. And that's why they're not getting released. But the bigger picture to me, again, is things are so bad in this country. You have people that can, they're starving. They can't even afford groceries, and somehow I'm supposed to be concerned about this. I don't know. I'm just not that concerned about it. But I do find it disgusting in one sense, but in another sense, I'm not gonna let it take up a lot of brain matter for me. It's just, my uncle's right. Why does it matter? People aren't offended about anything else, it doesn't seem, or most people aren't, about the cost of living going through the roof, about the price of housing, whatever, X number of times over the last decade, 5 years even. So why is this upsetting people? I mean, think about it. What is, I mean, I know that we have a cutoff point as a society, like, hey, you can fuck over your fellow man as much as you want, but when it comes to children, we draw a line. All right, maybe. But it's just like people are extra offended about this, but not outraged about anything else. It seems at least a lot of people, at least not to the degree of the Epstein Files. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Love to hear what you think. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.